game. Matter of fact, let's take this moment. This is going to be the speak up. So this is a segment on the show that I like to call speak up. Right? Kind of like positive words of affirmation, advice in the field. Yeah. What message would you give?
Oh Lord.
You could do two. You could do a speak up and a speak loud. So a speak up is more positive. A speak loud is like let the nuts hang. That. You could yeah. So let's start with the speak up. Or you want to start with the speak loud? Is that easier?
I'm gonna do both.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what I'm not gonna. I don't know box to put each one.
It don't matter. Well, let's hear it.
Leo Cohen, who's one of the top music industry executives, he's at YouTube now. He says something really interesting. I heard him say, I'm not loyal to people, I'm loyal to intention. And as I've gotten older, I understand what that means. The only example I could think off my head is 6ix9ine. Like being like, I'm loyal to Treyway.
Yeah.
But the moment we got locked up, my intention now is to be free. Yeah. And anybody who ain't a part of being free, I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. So now Leo Cohen, that statement makes much more sense to me. So I'm not loyal to people, I'm loyal to intention. That's one. And then, listen, I worked with Rough Riders, I worked with Outkast, I worked with, of course, the Fugees, like I said, Bad Boy. I also have learned that as we have seen with Dame Dash, Diddy, Suge Knight, I'm just gonna say them three, life will catch up to you. I've witnessed that. In this industry, I've seen a lot of dark, evil stuff, and it's interesting where certain people are ending up now. And I say that, and I'm glad I've never burnt nobody. I've been burnt a lot. I let life take its course now. Like the quote about vengeance is a dish best served cold. I understand that quote now more than ever because I'm witnessing it in a public forum. So I see why, the more older I get, the more I see why like Jay-Z and them just be quiet. Life will prove itself. Just let it go, do what it's do. That's what I'm learning now. Okay. Most of life, not in a bad way. If you ever seen Gladiator, it's kind of like that. Like you could, even Game of Thrones had that energy in the first season. You could mean well in that bad person because they have more because most quote unquote bad people, they have more ambition to prove themselves.
It's like the will to want to do what they want to do, their intention.
So because you're quiet about it, because you want some humble stuff, somebody could just put the right lie out about you. And then next thing you know, you become Maximus where you locked up in a cage. Or like and in real life, the only public example I could think of is Malcolm X. Somebody who stood for positivity, stood for something righteous. But in the sense of like what the storyline was, Elijah Muhammad was having sex with young girls. He stood up for that and they said, we got to kill you. So you learn that the truth can get you killed depending on who you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. He meant well, but so you learn like, that's why I get now why Jay-Z just be quiet because nobody really.
You speak up.
Want to hear all that shit. That's why when I think Malcolm X said it, the pen is mightier than the sword. Yeah. That's a true statement. The right, if people, whether social media or whatever, put the right
you can put that
information on you, people not going to do their own due diligence. If they don't want to like you, they don't want to like you.
Easily, yeah.
That's what I've seen. Game of Thrones and I watched it way after it was off air.
Yeah.
I was like, this is real life. It really is. Yeah. The 48 Laws of Power too. I know that's an old book,
different.
But that book is real life. You know, you don't got to apply it to people, but you need to know who's applying it to you.
And I think I say it's not people's. That sometimes can be people's issue, where like exactly what you said, like just stop worrying about applying it to people, and more so about like, and then I'll insert another book here, like The Power of Let Them. Like let them do what they're gonna do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the power of it in itself, not what you choose to do with it, will show exactly as to what it needs to be. You know what needs to be seen. Good. Yeah.
Last thing, I'll give a quote from my man Alistair. He said, "Ignorance on fire is stronger than knowledge on ice." So always remember that. Ignorance on fire is stronger than knowledge on ice.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of SpeaksNSip. This is the Aaron Elijah here to bring you back another episode. This is actually a season that we're going to start called The Fabric of Ambition. So going forward, we have a guest on today's show, the GreatScottMcKenzie, right? Let's get into it. What's going on, Scott? How you feeling today, brother?
What up, man?
What's going on?
Fabric of Ambition, right?
Yes, Fabric of Ambition.
I like that name.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Right, so let's start off this way, right? Let me ask you, right? Yeah. When people hear your name or see your brand, what do you want people to feel immediately?
Right now, at this age, I'm 40 years old. I want people to understand that I mean serious business. Okay. I mean big business. I think for a long time I was playing too much I took some things for granted because some of this comes so easy to me. So let's say being next to a 50 Cent or being next to Nike or something, I took it for granted. And I'm just hanging. Sometimes I'm out and jobs have fumbled upon me, but I do need to be more intentional. And this year I told myself I'm gonna be more intentional with the jobs I want and stop like A lot of this stuff is like right time, right place, right time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of the time it's like that. Some people get lucky with it, some people don't. But yeah, serious business, big business. And if you want to turn your dreams into a reality, call me.
Nice. Yep. At what point did you feel like the transitional period, that it was a push for you to do, like, just kind of be an entrepreneur and a go-getter?
When you work a 9 to 5, which let's say when I was 18, 19, my first job was Radio City Music Hall.
Okay.
I made cotton candy, popcorn, hot dogs, pretzels. And the same owner of Radio City Music Hall owns Madison Square Garden, and he owns the Knicks. So sometimes if they were low on staff at MSG, they would say, oh, can you run over there and make some cotton candy or something, come right back here or whatever. So we would do those things. And I would work like for days. One time I worked 4 days straight, no sleep. It used to be that busy. I mean, it's probably still busy like that now.
Shit.
But I bring that up because back in my day, we was making $5. I think $5.45 an hour. And that one time I worked 4 days straight, I'm thinking my check gonna be like $3,000 or something. I don't remember what I thought. But either way,
like $300
after taxes, it was under $1,000, and I was like super, super mad at that. Yo, I'm like, this is including overtime.
Yeah,
this doesn't
4
make
days straight, no sleep. This
didn't make no sense to me. That's when I said I gotta flip it. But I mean, I put myself at Radio City because I wanted to be in the music business, and I knew that, you know, that space is a legendary outlet for like James Brown and all these people.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna put myself here. The MTV Awards was always at Radio City Music Hall, so I knew that's how I first met Pharrell's team.
Okay.
Like at least the initial seed was that. So I was like, I'm gonna leverage this. And back in the day, I used to like I was a stock guy. I started off as a cashier, then I worked in the stock room. I worked in the stock room because I was like, yo, I'll have access to like Cristal and all this stuff. And what I would do is when like celebrities would come in the green room, I would change my clothes, look like a supervisor, run into the green room, give them all the high-end stuff. I'm giving them, I don't know, whatever's high-end. And but I knew Cristal. I had a lot of Cristal. And then that's how I'm meeting everyone. Like, they're like, you taking care of everyone. And I learned like, oh, I could use my position as leverage. And that was one angle of doing it. And then, but yeah, to be light with it.
That makes sense. I mean, I definitely understand that, especially nowadays. The biggest thing I feel like we're in a control of like communication and connection with people, you know, especially since post-pandemic COVID and stuff like that, where it was kind of like a setback from connection.
Yep.
Those moments and those people such as yourself, very important.
Yes.
What were your, so you said the music industry is really where you wanted to navigate yourself into.
Yes.
What were your like early, like, and I'm sure you answered this question several times.
No.
What was your early like influences when it comes to that?
The early influence would be the Fugees. I grew up with the Fugees. As far as like the initial vision of like, damn, you don't have to sell drugs and stuff. You could be in this music stuff. And I always tell people Wyclef gave me the power of conviction, because back in the day, being Haitian and stuff was not cool to be. Being dark skinned wasn't cool to be. Yeah. And Clef, like I watch people say, man, Haitians can't be this and Haitians can't be that. And Wyclef would jump on a table and go, I'm the WYCL Wyclef. And he just had this amazing confidence. And he had a real vision for the Fugees and of course Lauryn Hill and stuff. But then seeing Puffy or Diddy, my mother used to work with Diddy in the early days of Bad Boy, and even him and the vision he had, and then doing it, like watching mermaids swimming in the living room and the Hypnotized video, him blowing up Royce Royces. I was like, that's pretty crazy.
A little crazy, yeah.
A Hate Me Now video. He had a white tiger in the club in New York, a white tiger that's real.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, man, this man is different, man. He just thinks crazy. I like people who think outside the box like that. So people like Puffy showed me what's possible. But then Russell Simmons being on the cover of Black Enterprise with a hoodie on and Adidas sneakers. Back in the 90s, you know, we're taught go to college, you got to wear a suit and tie, whatever.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, you could be a millionaire with a hoodie on? I was shocked. Like, I never forget that cover, like just being a kid, seeing that, saying, oh, and this hip hop thing is going to change the space. And then anyway, watching Wyclef come from the hood, I remember when he bought his first mansion. And I remember that drive, and didn't know you could, like, because I'm from Newark, New Jersey. My family's on crack, heroin, coke, and dope. So to see pools and peace I never forget that drive. I was like, wow, people live another whole life. And he's like, yo, yeah, I got a mansion, 10-bed. I forgot, it's a big, big mansion.
Shit.
And all those little moments showed me what's possible.
Absolutely.
And I'm fortunate enough, from Dave Chappelle to whatever, I've seen a lot of people before they were famous.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fortunate enough to see them have a vision. Last example is Mos Def. Back in the 90s, Mos Def came to the Booger Basement studio where the Fugees were recording the score. And he told everybody he wanted to be an actor and he was going to use music to get into acting. And the fact that I seen him do that, I was like, wow.
That's you're part of history, man.
I'm just a part of seeing a lot of people turn their dreams into a reality.
That's interesting. And that's you literally had the inside scoop prior to what got blown up on the internet and media. And you got to like kind of connect with these people firsthand and see like their feelings and emotions tied to what they actually wanted.
Yeah.
That's interesting, right? When now with all of that, for yourself personally, what were your like early lessons or struggles going through this motion?
The first lesson I ever learned, at least in ambition in business, is make it happen. Somebody who was working with the Fugees, his name is Mark Matthews. He said, you want to be in the music business? I said, yeah. He said, bill Sony $3,000. I was like 12 years old. I'm like, I don't know what that means. And he said, I'm gonna give you a week. Now, realistically, it only takes like 10 seconds. But I didn't know. I was a kid. And then I failed. And he said, you ain't built for this business. You couldn't make it happen. He said, bill Sony, bill, like a phone bill. Make up a bill. That's it. Charge them for phone time, charge them for engineer, charge them for this. I was like, oh my God, that was so easy. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but he was like, man, you ain't serious. And then he would always play me. I'd be like, yo, I really want to do this. He'd be like, man, you ain't serious, man. You don't want to be in this business. And then I said, he was like one of the first people I got to intern for. He wound up creating his own companies, and I would sell his CDs like on the street.
Okay, yeah.
It was like artists that never made it, but it was just start. Like
nonetheless,
I'll be in Newark, I'll be in.
And also that shows your position. Sorry to cut you. It shows your position again of being that person to connect, being a person of how you say bridging same thing I use for a platform, like bridging that gap.
Yeah.
So even if there's a possibility the artist was to get known. Mm-hmm. You played a part in that.
Well, we made some money, a little bit of money, But I used to go to like street hood battles. This in the 90s with like the Brooklyn niggas had the army fatigue and stuff. And I would be in the most grimiest places, but I was hustling for him to show him I really want to be in this business. Because Wyclef and them was like, you got to read that book about the music industry. Everything you need to know about the music business. I think that's what the book was called. He's like, because they was like, I'm not taking you seriously till you do your own homework and put in some work. So I'm like, damn, nobody want to help me. Nobody want to give me a job, whatever. So anyway, but I'm from the era where like you really had to show and prove that you wanted it before anybody gave you a hand.
And I feel like things change drastically now. I feel like a lot of times now people this is just my personal take, especially with the social media presence and stuff like that. People kind of skip that part of putting in any work. Like, let me just see something. Let me see a level of quality or value before I just say, hey, look, I'm fit for the job.
Yes.
Or like, why, or the sense of entitlement of like, why didn't you choose me or think of me to put me in that position?
They just DM you and expect you to give them a job, a big title too.
Not big payment. Small, not something little, but yeah. Hold on, let's take a second. Hold on now. What's Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jamaica Grand.
Jamaica Grand. Hold on.
I should get this on the podcast. I'm gonna pull my phone out in real time. Look, my boy Chemist, he got the best restaurant in New York City. It's called Jamaica. And they're trying jerk chicken and rum punch for the first time, It's amazing. This man came from nothing to something out here in New York City.
Nah, this slaps. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he got the right grill too. That the way Jamaicans really use grills to make jerk chicken.
Shit. Okay.
It's not baked. No, it's not baked.
Yeah. So let me ask you as well, right?
Yeah.
What'd you learn about like marketing and branding specifically? It could be so much, but like if you had to take away maybe 3 key things.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'll say this: if you're on your come up, you got to figure out a way to make people talk about you, make people care about you. So when I didn't have no money like that, I learned currency as an exchange of service. So when certain people come to the city, oh man, I don't want to give certain people life away, but I will like just help them like get weed and stuff. I would just be that source. This is back when I was a kid. I would just be that source, like, oh, you need an engineer, I'll get you one. And I knew either one on the come up that needed the look, and they'll do it for free or whatever the case may be. So marketing yourself, you got to start by your services. What do you think you could really bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
That's technically free. Now, to some regard, we're all connectors. I got connected to you.
Technically, yeah.
I know we'll probably talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's a good way, because people want access to stuff, and it could be anything. And if you show them that, you really win in this game of life. But then, yes, as I gotten older, these moments that we've been a part of, whether it's Versus or me being with Pharrell, to some of the stuff we've done now is in the Louvre Museum, as far as building this boys club is concerned. The goal is just to think outside the box. So, example, I like what Pharrell was doing because for a young black man, he wasn't dressing in jerseys and do-rags. He was wearing, at least in the beginning, like the cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
Then he transferred to the skateboard thing. And then he's wearing bright colors.
On top of that, which was
considered gay.
Yeah.
Beanie Siegel called him and Kanye West the F word.
Yep.
But I once again, I like people that think outside the box. So the marketing to me for him was like, I'm that black kid that's not trying to be hood, so to speak.
Embraced it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I tried to skateboard in my hood, in Jersey, back in the 90s. And
how did that go?
These niggas took the skateboard and hit me over the head with it. Dead ass, and said, that's some white people shit. Yeah. I'll never forget it. But I'm like, oh, why can't I skateboard?
That's crazy.
I swear. It instantly destroyed my ambition, though.
You ever try to skateboard after that?
No, because they shut me down. So mentally, I thought that's not possible. That's why seeing him do it, and then him paying for a skate team, all these black kids.
Yes.
Like, he was one of the first, and he took them around the world, the ice cream skate team. I'm so happy to be around that, because I told them, like, yo, I wanted to be you.
Exactly.
But I didn't have the heart, because the moment people told me that's not what you're supposed to do, because I'm tall, so growing up, my mother's 6'1", everybody was like, he's supposed to be in the NBA. Yeah. But I used to be like, I'm Jamaican. Jamaicans don't really watch basketball.
Yeah.
I don't like sports, so I don't like no sports.
Exactly.
I mean, they watch soccer, but I'm not even into soccer. I couldn't tell you nothing about soccer.
Okay.
So I got tired of that conversation all the time. Like, oh, he's gonna be tall. He needs to play ball. I said, no, I don't. Like, stop with the stereotypes. But anyway, back to ambition, and I mean, marketing. So you got to find things to make people remember you. You got to leave a stain in their brain. Everybody got a different angle with that. But mine was, I noticed if I connected people to things they didn't have access to, they'll never forget me. And hopefully I could use it as a token of, yo, I need this favor now for me. And it didn't work all the time, but when it worked, it worked.
Okay. And now just to bring it together for a backstory, when it comes to Scott and myself, so actually, shout out to Jay, right? Letter J, Jay Watts, right? So good friend. She actually connected us in reference to a Burna Boy project that we were working on.
That was part of his album of 2025.
Yes. And it was fun. We played tug of war.
Yeah.
I can say it now. I don't feel like my team was the most put together. Yeah, but nonetheless, it was a good time and whatnot. Yeah. But even that moment was like a power of connection. You know, like where we kind of didn't know, like the people participating didn't know each other.
No.
So there's some people from that I actually still are in communication with, and that are in the fitness space as well.
Yes.
So it kind of played a role. And then the same thing with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to you to even be someone that looked at it like kind of almost how I see it as past the job. Like, okay, the job was done, but you was still like, yo, look, man, like, you have my number, we could work, let me know, et cetera, so forth. Like, and I appreciate that,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's something that's offered or gestured too much, in certain cases. But I would assume, like, being that, like, this is really like what you do, you understand it, and you know the game, how the game goes when it comes to that.
Working in a production, but working period, it's best to just have a lot of people in your network.
Yeah.
Because I work globally.
Yeah.
So sometimes somebody could be in Dubai and they're like, I need a sound engineer.
Exactly.
Like, you know what? I did meet this guy. Let me get his number, blah, blah, blah. So even with that job, Warner Music hit me about this Burna Boy album. It's called No Signs of Weakness. They told me the theme. Let's say they told me that like 8 months out.
Okay.
And then they're telling me about the rollout as months go on. So I don't really know much bodybuilders. If I didn't have access to Champ, I mean, he was one angle of it.
Yeah.
That one, he helped bring a large portion of those people. I told Jay, and once again, my value is being a resource.
Yes.
Especially during last minute things.
Yeah.
I think that job was like a week out.
Exactly, yeah.
And they were very messy as a label, to be honest. Like, I was trying to get y'all more money. Like, the original plan was like $1,000.
Shout out to you for that.
Then they came back to me like, oh, we can't afford $1,000. We can only afford $500. Then I think like 2-3 days out, they're like,
change it.
oh, we can only afford $175. I said, I got to tell people $1 billion company.
And keep changing. That sounds crazy.
But people going to trust my word.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say, like with Champ, the first time we did something for Burna Boy, they was like, oh, we don't have no budget. They're lying, but whatever. I said, Champ, do this, and I'll get you some money in the future. Yeah. And it happened like maybe 4 months later, that job came up, and I got him what he wanted. Perfect. So I said, sometimes you got to do things for a little bit. And once again, it's not going to work out all the time, but I'm going to make them keep their word with me, hopefully. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm going to repay you in another way. So it's little now, but trust the long haul.
It's like compound interest, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your last time of like feeling burnout?
Now. No, right now. No. I'm tired. As of this day of recording, 2 days ago I did the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And
how was that?
A lot of work.
As much as you could discuss, but
yeah, it's 30 days of building that stage out.
Okay.
And I'm not the only person. There's 600 people. I want to be clear
but
about
this is just details that people don't know.
They
what
don't
goes
know.
Into it. Yeah.
Getting all the resources to pull all those things together. Booking talent, booking the celebrities. And I'm not involved in all these aspects. I'm just saying what everyone does overall. It's a lot of work for everyone to make one night. And mind you, that one night is what, really 13 minutes? Yeah. You're talking about maybe
all of that just for
you talking about in total of them maybe booking everybody and everything. You're looking at 6 months of work only for 13 minutes, and you got to make sure everything go right because it's on a world stage. And but it did go well, and everybody liked the show. Anyway, so I'm just been burnt out with that, and still like doing stuff with Complex that hasn't been done yet. Like we're preparing for 2026. When I'm doing all these gigs, I'm not getting paid for it. We just like when I went to LA for the LA Complex Family Style Festival, that's out of my own pocket. I'm not really getting paid for that. But they like come out here so you could see us do it on this scale. And
yeah.
Sometimes some stuff is just market research, but it's just nurturing the relationship. So when the big jobs do come, they think of you. But yeah, you could be burnt out nurturing a bunch of relationships. I'm going to London on Wednesday for Letter J. And I'm getting her in BBC News. I'm getting her in a club.
Shout out to that, yes.
Like the Club Tape is one of the biggest clubs in LA. That club has Drake, Travis Scott, and I'm working on getting her a free section and all this stuff without paying for it. And just saying, listen, this one I'm going to give you in return to give this in return. This is her first time in the UK, so I have to sell her as like a giant.
Correct, yeah.
Which she is in the world of business.
But on their end.
But they don't know.
They don't know, yeah.
So I got to.
Different market. Like,
So now, if I don't massage these relationships throughout the months, then I can't ask for these favors.
A lot of
right
pressure
now.
On you. Yeah.
Well, it's less pressure and sometimes people don't notice because just like I said, going to LA, there's times I go to London just to go to just keep relationships fresh, take people out to eat, talk to them, whatever. Give them the favors they want. So when I need my favors, I can get it. Because if my favors are not going to be small, I'm going to want to do like a Madison Square Garden type favor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need a last minute situation.
Okay, so what about during like, okay, so like for me, like, all right, I like going to the gym. So like in gym seasons, sometimes you kind of have a plateau, right? Yep. So how do plateaus look like in your world? Like where like it's a quiet season, there's not much business going on, or just less than what your norm is?
The sad part is that in the entertainment business, you can't take off. Ever. You will be forgotten. The next young person is coming up. And that's what I think people mean by persistence and perseverance.
Yes.
If you keep going, example, like if we look at just hip hop, how Young Thug gets locked up and Lil Durk gets locked up. Lil Durk is at the top. Now that he's locked up, this gives the next person an opportunity to catch up. So this is why you can't stop. Because the moment you stop, or like Metro Boomin and Future, they had 3 #1 albums last year. 3. Well, Future did. Metro had 2. And you got to compete with that, and you can't take breaks. I give credit to like WWE, for example, or like Vince McMahon for all these years. Actually, Vlad TV for 17 years, every day, holidays included, he had at least 7 to 12 pieces of content out in the market for 17 years straight, no days off. That is not easy to do. Even Joe Budden's right now, like giving up to him, he's making $1 million a month, but people not remembering that after the rap career failed, he did Hot 97, then he did Spotify, then he did Complex, and he wasn't getting paid. He wasn't getting what he felt he was worth. Now he's doing it himself. Karen Civil and all these people, he's having fallouts with everyone. But people don't see that regardless of all that, he kept it moving. He kept going. He's not at where he's at today
due to
if he
exactly,
stopped.
Yes.
You can't stop, especially now.
Yeah.
You have to keep people's attention every day. And if not you,
day.
Build a network like
that
TMZ or something.
Yeah.
Where other things could be it for you because you can't do it every day.
Okay, yeah. I definitely agree with that. Quick fire, right? Let's just do this, right?
Yeah.
If in the shortest form, what's your best failure?
That's unique. My best failure is this tech company I had called Celebrity. It stood for the Internet Celebrity.
Okay.
And back when I used to be internet famous, I wanted to help. So I was doing podcasting from 2009 to 2014.
Okay.
And I wanted to get everyone paid 1 cent per play and 1 cent per like. So I created an app and a website. I wanted to compete with YouTube.
Yeah,
I made it.
Say back then during that time to create
2014. I made a website, everything, but it was financially a challenge. Coders cost $200 an hour at that time, and I failed miserably in 2019. I just had to let the company go because I was just going over budget. I think I raised like $900,000, and that's not a lot in the scheme of tech.
Yeah,
but I had employees in India.
Yeah, tech throwing numbers out there.
What? I had to keep getting more partners, and my equity is getting diluted every time. Towards the end, I had like 12 partners. And I have a little bit of the company, and I was like, "Yo, this shit's whack. It's over with." But anyway, the Celebrity. It showed me what I was capable of, though. I never knew I could do that.
Okay, that's the biggest thing. Okay, what about biggest risk?
I want to say Celebrity, but the biggest risk. I've had many big risks, but a big risk was just like doing one time going to Jamaica to meet someone I never met before, which was a man named Memsor. Back when I was a kid, I wanted to intern for Vibe magazine, and I didn't know what Memsor looked like, but I heard about him. He's the stylist of Vibe. This is back when Vibe magazine was at top, like Janet Jackson and people. So I went to Jamaica because I heard he was going to be at Caribbean Fashion Week, and I found him. He's gay, and I just say that because he was arguing with a Jamaican security guard.
Okay.
Not about him being gay, but I saw the tension.
Yeah.
And I said, that got to be him. I ran up on him, and I was like, I took care of him. I got him in. I said, "Oh, he good.
Perfect.
I got him in, and he was like, "Who are you, man?" Whatever. And he wanted some other stuff in Jamaica, and I made calls and made it happen. Like, and I was out there with no money,
just
didn't have much place to stay at. I got family out there, but
scraps, just doing whatever.
This is before Uber. Like, I'm walking everywhere. But I made it happen. I made a lot of stuff happen.
Security guard show for you, everybody.
I'm doing everything. And I was at the hotel, and he was like, "Yo, when you get back to the States, hit me." I hit him. I was on my way to work at Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah, damn, man.
And I hit him like 6, 7 in the morning, and he said, come right now. I'm about to go on a set with like Janet Jackson or something. I said, "What?" I called my job and said, "I'm sick. I can't make it." Hung up and ran straight to Vibe magazine, and we hopped in the trailer and drove to a set. And then, but he pioneered a lot of stuff in my life too.
Oh yeah.
I met like Dolce & Gabbana, and I had contacts like that because of him, because he was doing high-end fashion, Tom Ford and stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Being next to him, I got next to like Barack Obama and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and now for the last one, biggest pivot.
Wait, what's pivot mean again? I know.
So pivot in a sense of maybe a trajectory of what you wanted to do was here, but you decided to do something else.
Oh, but biggest pivot is this year then, in the sense of like, I'm in music and fashion, but as of this year, I got into the food space. And the food space.
I did see that. Yo, so actually,
yeah.
I'm going to let you go. But
No.
So I was actually jealous that I couldn't be there to go because I wanted to go, but I was.
Complex?
At the food festival.
I did a bunch this year.
Oh my God. Econ, I think,
which was 2 weeks ago.
Yes, the most recent one.
Yes.
So I was away. I was in Puerto Rico, and it happened the same weekend.
Okay.
And I wanted to go. I was like, "Fuck, man, that shit looked like
Well, we got access to them.
The food looked great, man.
We got access to them. All the owners of these festivals. Yeah, but the food festival space is where it's at. I love food. I mean, who don't like food?
Yeah, it exists everywhere.
And I got into the food space by managing content creators. One of the ones I was managing is How I Met You as well. I signed up, Jay, and. that like we would go out and everybody's always trying to give them free food. Or they did. And I'm talking about be like 13, 14 of us. And they like, look, all y'all can eat for free if he posts about it.
Crazy.
So I'm like, all right, I wanna learn this space some more. So I started reaching out to foodie content creators.
Okay.
And then seeing how they moved, and they're getting like 5K, 10K just to make one post about a restaurant. I was like, okay, I want to be next to these guys. And they eat for free. They go in places and people really jumping for them. Yeah. Champ was just a fitness guy.
Exactly.
Their food, so people really jump for them.
In that market, in that community.
So that's how I started getting into this food space. And I'm learning like the food guys are the new rock stars. And one thing I like to give everyone is like in today's time, you want to be multidimensional. If you look at like Tesla right now, Tesla has a diner in LA.
Don't they
have? Even like somebody like Yamaha, and I know Yamaha, I think starting in the 1800s, Yamaha makes music instruments, but then they make boats, they make motorcycles. They're not just one dimensional. Like, but nowadays you want to be as multidimensional as possible when you're building your brand. Even Capital One Bank has a cafe in the banks. I don't know if that's around the nation, but in New York, all the banks have a cafe in it. Mm-hmm. It's just Louis Vuitton has a cafe now.
Some banks, I know, like Chase have a gym. They have gyms. Like,
see, I didn't even know Chase had a gym.
Mm-hmm.
But even Amex with the lounges, they got, you get your nails and feet done in some places. They got an Equinox gym in the JFK lounge. Then they got the restaurant and all this stuff. So you want to be multidimensional now.
Hell yeah. Okay.
If you want to win.
Seriously, because the way you wake up, you go on social media, you see something, and then from there it's just endless of people in every niche or every market doing the same content, you know? So it's just a matter of like, you're building your personal brand is how I see it. How do they gravitate towards you? What do you have, or what are you doing differently that allows them to, you know, market with you? And also, if I feel like, and this is probably where you kind of like play a role in, if you're someone that's actually out and like performing, like out and actually doing the work, it's a little bit stronger of a connection with your community or your market or your brand, et cetera, so forth, because people know what you're actually doing. You're not just there on screen as a social media piece.
No.
So I definitely think that plays a part. Now, okay, when it comes to everything that you do, right? Yeah. Who do you build for? Do you build for yourself, community, the next generation? Like, who do you build for?
Well, my man Corey says it best, community builds immunity. And I do build for the community because it's something I wish I had growing up. But more importantly, I don't want to use the word culture because everybody uses that word, but I want to say...
I'm trying to refrain from saying things.
I do want to build, though, for like-minded people. You know, back in the day, I was very, like, pro-black, and I learned, like, that don't matter. You be your own people that'll cut your throat. Look at Birdman and Lil Wayne. I'm just saying, and he raised them.
Crazy.
So...
Crazy. It don't get no closer than that.
But going to the Middle East, I learned, like, as long as we on the same type of time when it comes to getting this money,
it will always be.
They don't care who they partner. They'll partner with their enemy for the right price.
Yeah.
But in general, like just building with like how are we gonna build what we can build with? And that's where I'm focused on. So now my world is so multidimensional. Like I said, I'm global now with everybody I know and everyone I deal with. And world finances is something we're not taught at all. Everyone's talking about generational wealth and all that stuff, but you want world finances because
say what you usually say. I be saying
what I say.
Not generational wealth.
Oh, generational power.
Yeah.
You don't want generational wealth. You want generational power because to be in a position where, which I did, I helped someone not go to jail. Like a lawyer told me, don't tell me who. You want to know the judges too and be friends with them. Like that's what makes a good lawyer. People say, what makes a good lawyer? Somebody who got a relationship with the judge. And then, you know, we all bias in a favor for a favor.
We human, man. Yeah. No matter what we think or say or do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our way of thinking will lean towards the bias of whichever.
So that's why I travel a lot and I take care of people. So when people in Japan and all these places, they take care of me. Sometimes not about money. You don't really need money when you got access to people.
Yes.
And a large portion of my life, I ain't had no money. But I could get access to the King of Dubai or the UAE.
Powerful. Which
is true. And even like right now, I take my girl to places, But when we was first dating, I had the money like that. But luckily, I just knew the right people. Like my friends at Jamaica, and I'd be like, "Look, I'm about to have a date, man. I just need this look." And they giving me the look of the century.
But that matters. That matters, yo.
I had a friend who wanted to offer me his car service because he wanted to promote his car service. He said, if you ever need anything, because he wanted to do car service for rappers and stuff.
Look, you got the whole date set up.
He gave me a black car. So I look like I look big. Like so that, I know how to I'm gonna take care of you. And then he'll do it for free for the rapper as well. I even got offered a private jet situation before. Actually, that was this year.
Nice.
I flew private to Dubai this year for free, but all because they saw a post with 50 Cent on my Instagram, and it was like they really want to access 50 Cent. But my point
is that tells you right there, post everything.
Oh yeah, definitely post everything.
Everything.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know 50 Cent. I know Tony Yayo.
Different.
I would never ask Yayo for that favor, but
knowing Tony Yayo is knowing 50 Cent.
Yeah, because all Tony Yayo gotta do is say, "Yo, this is my man," and he's not gonna think twice.
The most powerful person of 50 Cent is Tony Yayo.
Oh, of course. So it's sometimes it's really like that simple, and like I say, you take care of people, they'll take care of you. You be surprised. And I didn't get him 50 Cent. I got him something better.
Yeah,
the private jet company.
Look at that. All right, so now, based on what you kind of just said, I feel like I know the answer, but without money, right?
Yeah.
How would you define success?
Yeah, money and success are definitely not the same. Yeah. No, success to me, one is being able to wake up and do what you want to do with your day. And just to me, knowing how to navigate in this world. Like example, credit cards. I didn't know, I wanted to go to Japan. And I would just, I took out a credit card that had a great bonus, being for real. And the bonus was enough to fly me round trip to Japan and a hotel.
Okay.
This was last year.
Nice. Once you get there, everything good. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be real with y'all. I took the credit card out. They said you got to spend, let's say, $5K. I don't remember what I spent.
Yeah.
I went to Louis Vuitton, spent the money, waited till the points to come in, used it, and then I returned the item. But I went to Japan for free.
Fuck it,
I'm being for real.
Yeah,
but that's how I went to Hawaii for free. I took my girl to Hawaii twice.
Nice.
My point is success is just knowing how to finesse the system. That's it.
Yeah.
Look, the Hasidic Jews in Williamsburg, they got money and they all on welfare.
That's
okay, they're finessing the system as they should. And I've learned to stop trying to, because I used to be Louis Vuitton head to toe, all this stupid shit, and I realized
I did that.
Why do that if I get it for free if I'm next to the right celebrity, and then being next to Pharrell?
And you know what the best question is?
Go ahead.
When they ask you, "Yo, how much you pay for that?" Nothing.
Oh yeah, no. I got this Louis Vuitton jacket that Marc Jacobs only gave to Nas and Jay-Z, and he gave me one, and that jacket probably $10K, but I didn't pay for it. No, nobody knows that.
But that's more of a flex.
Yeah, I mean,
low key is more because just knowing, but you feel me?
Knowing the creative director of Louis Vuitton
that's a
at
flex,
the time, and I got to walk in Louis Vuitton on Fifth Avenue, the office.
Everybody not doing it.
And I'm let me get that shirt. I just want to borrow it. Sometimes it'll be they let me borrow it, walk out. This is more back in the day. I don't care about all that now. But back in the day, so access is success to me, Okay. And access can mean points on a credit card or something. Mm-hmm. In this day and age, you can live like a billionaire
just based on that,
if you know how to move in the world. And I've always just known how to move in the world, even when I had $0. Swear.
So okay, all right, now with the season, right? Fabric of ambition, right?
Yep.
What does that mean to you? How would you define that?
And I want to say something that people don't talk about. Ambition can be dangerous too, because when I had Celebrity, this tech company, I almost was gonna crash out over finances and just not understanding that you win some, you lose some. Some things you just gotta let go. But I wanted to prove myself. So ambition can be very dangerous. But ambition, listen, the person who owns a deli on the corner is just as an entrepreneur as Donald Trump.
Yes.
We got to stop thinking those people are entrepreneurs too. Just the ambition is just like a lot of my Mexican friends. They come out here with nothing. They make the best. I'm the first generation born in America. My grandparents came out here with nothing and made the best of it. And that alone is great. Anything like you've outgrown and you haven't repeated to me, because I didn't live not in slavery per se, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's I don't know, like to me, That's success. Right now, success is health. I have 3 friends die of cancer before 40. So I'm looking at things a little different now. That's success, just to be healthy.
You be in the gym?
Right. I go to the gym. Yeah.
Okay,
I do a lot of cardio. I walk.
Okay.
I walk from Harlem to Soho.
Yeah, okay.
On average. But in Jamaica, I walk.
Yeah,
I walk to school
exactly,
3-4 miles a day. So barefoot. Anyway, with that being said, I think that success is just being able to pay your bills now. To me, the simplest things are successful. You don't need a Maserati or Lamborghini or whatever everybody's selling on Instagram.
No, you're not.
As long as the things you want that matter, you can get, which is all doable. To me, that's success today. I used to own a house. I'm so glad I don't own it no more. I had a bankruptcy. I lost my house. All that stuff it creates slavery because you have to live up to the means of maintaining it. Getting things is easy. Maintaining it is another story. I watched Wyclef buy, I think, 30 cars at the prime of his career. He don't have none of those cars today.
Yeah. How many do you know? Yeah.
You know how much the oil changes for a McLaren? It's like 50 grand.
Ridiculous.
And who the fuck want to deal with that? And by the way,
not driving it
when you don't drive those cars a lot, they start breaking. The Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, and I watch him go through so much financial dumb shit just trying to appear like you got it.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know, like all that stuff don't matter. So I'm so glad I witnessed that, seen it. I've driven those things when I was much younger because now I don't care. I went to Italy the other day. I took the bus. You know, I could take an Uber. I took the bus. It's not that deep, yo. I took the train. I don't know.
Okay.
I only get fancy like
every so often
for perception purposes.
Yeah.
Like in moments when I have to.
Still have to do, yeah.
But sometimes I'm not coming in my pocket for it. It's
a
label's paying for. I figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. So now, Scott let loose, right?
Yeah.
I know we had as much as you want, right? I know we had a discussion, right?
Yeah.
How frustrating is it for you?
Yeah.
For people to be like tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, yo, Scott, bro, you mentioned this on a pod.
Yeah.
Yo, you think I could get access to that? Like, you think I could? How frustrating is that for you, for people to always like hit you up for just the perk, the
opportunity
reward.
and stuff.
Yeah, you know?
Yes, it's frustrating now, to be honest. Back in the day, that's what I mean by like not earlier, not understanding my worth, my value.
Absolutely.
Underestimating things because people, and I wish I got these people on here right now. Like somebody wanted to meet Diddy. I set it up like the next day. Diddy's not somebody I should just be walking anybody in his room. But that's who I was back then. Like, oh yeah, no problem. Like I'm talking about before Airbnb on MySpace, people used to hit me and they'd be like from Canada. I'm coming to New York. I'm like, you can stay with me. I never charged them anything. I was just real open. It's helped. Like I met some great people through social media, but I stopped doing that shit because people were taking it for granted and just thinking like it became mandatory. I just reconnected with somebody named Dominique Lord. He came up with ASAP. But I remember back in the day before ASAP was ASAP, I know everybody in the crew except Rocky. Okay. But Ferg, all them. But at one point, they all wanted to beat me up and jump me. Because as much as I helped them, there was one time I didn't want to help them. And then they was on Twitter like, yo, when we see Scott, we're going to snuff him and do this stuff. And I believe they would. And literally with one of them, I just reconnected and made peace last week. And like, yo, we older now, like, but all over a blog. Because it's like, yo, you won't post me on a blog. But too much yeses. If you say no one time, people get offended by that. Because then that appreciation turns into expectation.
But you know what? That no is what you need. Because you need to see
it filters out who's real
shit.
But now I'm minimizing it because too much people, even if they hang around me, they be coming up off me, and I don't. I never cared, but I realized I have to care because I never cared like if you hung around me and you met like the CEO of Amazon or something, and you turn that into something for yourself. But go ahead.
What?
But you gotta care.
Why are you so selfless?
Well, once again, I told you that was my currency, hooking people up.
Like, all right, I understand, like, you explained it, but, like, sometimes the words just, hearing a story, like, okay, you answered it, and then you said, like, one, it's not normal, and I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No, you're right.
Like, that's not the norm, you know?
Yeah.
As much as everybody wants to say, oh, I'm the best, like, I'm a good friend to have, and I'm supportive, and I'm this, and I'm that, like, what you're explaining is also, it matters because it's on a larger scale. So it's not something that is just like yo, bro, you can't get in the spot, I got you. I'll pay for your door coverage or some shit. Like, I'll pay for your food at the deli or something. This is bigger than that, So like to just have like not anyone, but people around you that don't necessarily play in that field or work in that field,
Yeah.
and you still be open to be like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, we kicking it. Come on, like, you get the same privileges.
I mean, opportunity is important, and a lot of us do lack it. And I do think if the ones who get in the door, you should send the elevator back down. I don't believe in that too much today.
Yeah.
I have learned that people do need to earn their way because they won't appreciate it. It's like, I don't know, buying your kid a car. Unless they bought the car themselves, they're not going to appreciate it. And I witnessed that with a lot of rich kids. Like, their parents take care of them, and then they devalue things. So to some level, people do need to work for certain things to understand it. And now I'm older, and if you look at earlier this interview, what I say, like, Wyclef and them was not just giving me opportunity. Like, no, dog, you gotta read some books. You gotta. It's kind of like what Diddy did to making the band. Like, go walk to Brooklyn for a cheesecake. At the time, when I was in school, man, I would never walk to Brooklyn for a cheesecake. No, like you kind of getting a shortcut through a TV show to be famous and have money.
Yo.
So the least you can
all you got to do is walk
to Brooklyn.
Yo.
Come on, yo. I walk from Harlem to Soho.
Everybody's
every
tuned
day
in to watch this shit.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, no. Puffy understood what he was doing.
Yeah.
But for them, did they appreciate that moment? Where are they all now? Chopper's in jail. I don't know where the others at. Dylon's still complaining about how Dave Chappelle messed his career up. Like, you had a moment in time. And that's why a lot of people, look, I look at it like this. Last example is, I'm going to say Jay-Z. Look at Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel. Beanie Siegel was given a clothing line, a record label, and a movie franchise, and he wasn't a platinum artist. He was on stage at Madison Square Garden. He did not deserve those things at that time, realistically. But Hov is like, yo, you my mans, I got you. Out of everybody in Rockefeller, the only people that came up out of Rockefeller are the people that didn't get Jay-Z's help, which was Cameron and Kanye West. They had to do it on their own. So everybody else, Memphis Bleek and them, they got spoiled.
Yep.
I think Memphis Bleek just admitted it on The Breakfast Club.
He did, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just, and if you see when Jay-Z started Roc Nation, he stopped being so next to people. Yeah. He stopped giving out opportunities. And look where J. Cole is. You get what I'm saying? Because J. Cole had to work for it.
Yeah.
And for real, I learned if people do not work for it, they will not understand what it takes to get to Madison Square Garden.
Something, yeah.
And they're going to talk about you all day, but I guarantee you if Beanie Siegel could go back in time, he would value being next to Jay. And by the way, I know people next to Jay-Z that, at least at one point in their life, that still live in Marcy Projects right now. I'm being serious. And they know who they are. And it's like, I'm in my mind, like, you next to Jay-Z. Well, what information are you not getting? No, for real.
Yeah, like, you got everything, you know?
He could tell you whatever you want.
That's a little
crazy. I wish I had access to a billionaire.
Yeah.
I do. Now that I do, I value their time different. Like I said, I used to have niggas from Newark, New Jersey around just powerful people.
Yeah.
Like one time
sketchy as hell. Like,
no, they not understanding those. I had access to Jack Dorsey one time. Okay. Jack Dorsey created Twitter.
Yeah.
And Cash App now and stuff like that. Jack Dorsey, but I don't know how to word it. Like I worked for one rapper one time. This was recently, and he's a young guy. Young new rapper.
These would be the worst ones, no?
They be the worst because the money gets to their head too quick. He come in with his boys all smelling like weed. By the way, this was a meeting with Barry Gordy, who created Motown.
Why would...
Thank you.
Okay.
They don't...
This is this deal right here, right in front of you.
No, he already signed. He signed to the label and everything. But he don't understand who Barry Gordy really is.
Okay.
You're telling him, but he's not getting it. They come in there sagging their pants. Everybody smelling like weed. Sneakers on the table. He's like, yo, we want to talk. This is Barry Gordy. He going to give you... This is only for him to give them game. They didn't value it.
Free meeting.
They did not value it. And like I said, you're talking to kids who are millionaires at like 24. They looking at you like, nigga, I got more than you.
Yeah.
They don't understand who Barry Gordy is.
At this time. Yeah.
Like, so you just learn to like now I'm older, even with the label execs, I get why they don't try to help these kids in the sense of like, yo, you doing lean, you doing coke, whatever you need to chill.
We can't.
They gotta fall to really get it.
Yeah.
Like Gucci Man. I feel like, look, and not in a bad way, look at his karma.
Yeah.
Him, look how much shit he got getting locked up, all this stuff. Now look at all his artists.
He went through it.
Now look at all his artists. He's going through the same thing. Yeah. Now he understands what it feels like.
Yeah.
You trying to talk to these kids and all they doing is wasting your money, wasting your time, putting themselves in dumb stuff. And then when they say, you don't do enough for me.
You giving chains out saying they signed a deal and now...
I've seen artists get $1 million in cash and blow it. And come back to the label like, I need more. That's not how this works.
That's not how that works.
But I blame... It's a lot to blame, yo. But, I don't know. It's a doomed industry. That's why I said I'm getting away from it. It's at least on the music industry, it's over mentally.
Yeah.
All these kids think it's about girls, drugs, get money, blow it on Christian Dior, or a Birkin bag, or
whatever. Yeah, whatever.
And you really can't talk to them. They don't want to hear all that shit. They like, I got more followers than you.
That's what they
I'm
worry
better
about.
than you.
But real life shit, they ain't.
I swear, I'm older now. I see why like Leo Cohen and them just let them crash out.
They just like, you know what?
You'll wake up one day. Right now, you're young.
So maybe not necessarily. I know you don't want to give them no game now, right? But like, if you had to give people game, matter of fact, let's take this moment. This is going to be the Speak Up. So this is a segment on the show that I like to call Speak Up, right? Kind of like positive words of affirmation, advice in the field. What message would you give?
Oh Lord.
You could do two. You could do a Speak Up and a Speak Loud. So a Speak Up is more positive. A Speak Loud is like let the nuts hang. That. You could so. Let's start with the Speak Up, or you want to start with the Speak Loud? Is that easier?
I'm gonna do both.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm not gonna. I don't know box to put each one.
It don't matter. Well, let's hear it.
Leo Cohen, who's one of the top music industry executives, he's at YouTube now. He says something really interesting. I heard him say, "I'm not loyal to people. I'm loyal to intention." And as I've gotten older, I understand what that means. The only example I could think off in my head is 6ix9ine, like being like, I'm loyal to Treyway.
Yeah.
But the moment we got locked up. My intention now is to be free. Yeah. And anybody who ain't a part of being free, I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. So now Leo Cohen, that statement makes much more sense to me. So I'm not loyal to people, I'm loyal to intention. That's one. And then listen, I worked with Rough Riders, I worked with Outkast, I worked with, of course, the Fugees, like I said, Bad Boy. I also have learned that as we have seen with Dame Dash, Diddy, Suge Knight, I'm just going to say them three. Life will catch up to you. I've witnessed that. In this industry, I've seen a lot of dark, evil stuff. And it's interesting where certain people are ending up now. And I say that. And I'm glad I've never burnt nobody. And I've been burnt a lot. I let life take its course now. Like the quote about vengeance is a dish best served cold. I understand that quote now more than ever because I'm witnessing it in a public form. So I see why, the more older I get, the more I see why like Jay-Z and them just be quiet. Life will prove itself. Just let it go, do what it's do. That's what I'm learning now. Okay. Most of life, not in a bad way. If you ever seen Gladiator, it's kind of like that. Like you could, even Game of Thrones had that energy in the first season. You could mean well in that bad person because they have more because most quote unquote bad people, they have more ambition to prove themselves.
It's like the will to want to do what they want to do, their intention.
So because you're quiet about it, because you want some humble stuff, somebody could just put the right lie out about you. And then next thing you know, you become Maximus where you locked up in a cage. Mm-hmm. Or like even, and in real life, the only public example I could think of is Malcolm X. Somebody who stood for positivity, stood for something righteous. But in the sense of like what the storyline was, Elijah Muhammad was having sex with young girls. He stood up for that. And they said, we got to kill you. So you learn that the truth can get you killed, depending on who you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. He meant well. But so you learn like, that's how I get now why Jay-Z to just be quiet. Because nobody really...
You speak up.
Want to hear all that shit. That's why when I think Malcolm X said it, the pen is mightier than the sword. Yeah. That's a true statement. The right... If people, whether social media or whatever, put the right
you can put that
information on you, people not going to do their own due diligence. If they don't want to like you, they don't want to like you.
Easily, yeah.
That's what I've seen. Game of Thrones, and I watched it way after it was off air.
Yeah.
I was like, this is real life. It really is. Yeah. The 48 Laws of Power, too.
I
know that's an old book.
Different.
But that book is real life, you know? You don't got to apply it to people, but you need to know who's applying it to you.
And I think, how you say it's not that sometimes can be people's issue, where like exactly what you said, like stop worrying about applying it to people, and more so about like, and then I'll insert another book here, like The Power of Let Them, like let them do what they're gonna do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the power of it in itself, not what you choose to do with it, will show exactly as to what it needs to be, what needs to be seen. Good, yeah.
Last thing, I'll give a quote from my man Alistair. He said, ignorance on fire is stronger than knowledge on ice. So always remember that. Ignorance on fire is stronger than knowledge on ice.
Okay. All right. Shit, man. All right, so now let me ask you, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you have a list? Who do you want to work with? Like, is there anybody left or,
Yeah. You know what's funny now? The one thing I haven't done is the Super Bowl. I really want to do the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I know it's gonna happen, so I'm not rushing the process.
Right. Let me find out you 2026 Super Bowl.
I wish. I mean, I do have access to Rock Nation, but can I get them to want to book me for that? That's another story.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Super Bowl. I definitely want to do the Super Bowl. I want to do more worldly stuff. More worldwide gigs. Like I spoke to people at Family Style Complex. I want them to bring that brand to London, to France, to the Middle East. I can help. It's up to them. But more worldwide opportunities. And bringing. I really just want to create more opportunities to build more economic wealth to like Jamaica, Haiti, or just places that want our talent, because America's the pop culture of the world. Everybody wants our stuff, but we don't really leave the country unless it's like for a vacation,
which is sad. Even I want to know. I gotta look up the statistics of how many of us have a passport.
Oh yeah, no, not like other countries.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like even that in itself, like the moment we go elsewhere, life is seen differently.
Yeah, because example, I've been to Palestine, and they're really stuck in that box, like that open jail. Mm-hmm. I've been to Morocco. I didn't know Morocco was like a dictatorship or something like that. And even them, I'm like, people ask you, oh, where you from? I'm from New York. Oh, they go, oh, one day I go to New York.
That's really
I say, why can't you go? Because they don't allow us. We can't even go to the next country. I didn't know that. I didn't know much about Morocco before I went. And I just share that because, I didn't realize how much people are limited. Even being in Mexico, my last girlfriend's Mexican, so I'm in Mexico like 10 times a year.
Okay.
Even talking to them, to get a passport is impossible. Like, the reason they're sneaking out is because it really ain't no other choice but to sneak.
Yeah.
And then when I first went to Mexico, we drove through Arizona, through the desert. And I was dating another Mexican lady. And she we were seeing skeletons, and she Mexicans said, for real, yeah. I know. We were seeing all these skeletons on the road, and she was like, that's all dead people that was escaping Mexico. It takes 3 weeks walking to get to a town.
Get to somewhere.
So she said, those are people that, this is like right now in real time.
And you need water and all that, yeah.
And the average American can't really understand that. That's why I look at the Africans on Canal Street, and because I've been to Africa, I got a different respect for them. Get over the Atlantic tier, however you did it.
Yeah.
I gotta, people don't.
Some of them barely make it.
Yeah, they don't.
Some of them get hurt, and along the process, hurt.
My grandmother, I know she's from a different time, but she told me when she came here, she just hopped on a boat because my grandma was living in England, and then she said she left because Hitler took over Poland, and she said the fear was he's gonna come to England next. So we just got on a boat,
scattered
with 4 kids. I didn't know where I was gonna end up. She said we wound up ending up in New York. Oh, okay, we're in New York. Whatever, we're gonna figure it out. and they from the area where they just had to figure it out with jack shit.
Nothing.
And then motherfuckers got this whole phone that could do everything.
Solve
and
everything.
They like, I don't know what to do. You got ask Google, ask ChatGPT.
Right? ChatGPT or some shit. Like all these AI programs, they
don't get it. But you gotta leave sometimes to just, it humbles you. Going to Palestine humbled me the most because I saw it with my own eyes. And people in Israel said, do not go. I said, I want to see for myself. This was in 2019.
Yeah.
And I walked. And when I walked through the gate or whatever, the Israeli army's right there. And they take your passport. They take everything. And then the first thing somebody said to me was, Tupac. I swear to God, they said, Tupac. I said, okay, Tupac. And he said, Tupac love his mother. Do you love your mother? I said, yeah, Tupac.
Yeah,
Tupac. And when you travel as far as black people, you know who's like super Jesus to people?
Who?
Tupac is like
everything.
Tupac and Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yes.
Mike Tyson to some level.
Okay.
Like if they don't know nothing about black people, they know about Tupac.
Those. Yeah.
You realize, damn, Tupac message was worldwide.
It was powerful. Poems, quotes.
Then the second thing somebody said to me in Palestine was Black Lives Matter. Because they speak in Arabic.
Yeah.
But the little English they were speaking to me, I'm like, damn. And people was just yelling that to me on some random shit. I'm like, okay. I'm just walking. I don't even know where I'm walking. I'm just like, I'm going wherever I could go. So anyway, and then I ate with people, like no food. I mean, no fork, no spoon. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm sitting on the ground.
Let me tell you something. To this day, I've done that with friends of mine from Africa and stuff. We eat. That's exactly what.
Yeah. It's humbling, and we all need that, and it helps you detach from, like I said, like the Louis Vuitton and Birkin bags and Lamborghinis and all this stuff that we think. I don't know. You just come back home and realize that that shit is weird.
Let me ask you a question. I did an interview with, shout out to DJ Mike Nasty. I did an interview with Mike Nasty, and like I asked him, he came from Memphis and then made his way here.
Yeah.
So he said basically like when he got here, he received the most amount of love from us, from other black people. And I told him, I said, that's interesting because being someone in New York, growing up in New York, it's almost seen as the opposite sometimes, where like we struggle with showing each other love or embracing each other.
Facts.
So I said my experience was the opposite. How would you say for you?
In America?
Yeah, in America compared to what you just explained.
Well, growing up in the 90s, no love. No love.
Yeah.
We got, like I said, I watched Wyclef get beat up trying to rap. Like, just nobody showed you love it. But I learned, like, I think everybody feels that.
Yeah.
Example, Cortez, Clint. I don't know if you know about the fashion brand Cortez. Like, most of my friends in England, they go, oh, man, we don't support each other. But when we leave England, go to the States, everybody love us.
Jack, yeah.
But it's the same thing. I go overseas, everybody want to support me. So I learned, like, it's really just a home thing. Because even, like, Drake could say that. Like, he didn't pop off in Canada. He popped off here.
Yeah.
Meek Mill could say that.
Because
he popped off with Rick Ross in Miami to an extent, you know? Yeah. Nicki Minaj with Gucci Man in Atlanta.
Jamaica. She's Jamaican.
She's from Southside Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's like that. Sometimes people got to see other people liking you, and then they want to be like, oh, man, I've known him since the first grade type talk.
I hate that, though.
I hate it, too. But that it helps when they see, especially now with this phone, people can see worldwide. Right? Because really back in the day, we had physical pictures, and we would go, and it took 7 days to make a photo.
Unfortunately, what I'm starting to realize is like I'm starting to go through that now. Granted, like I'm not tooting my own horn before I even really get anywhere, but like I am going through like where I have conversations with people. Like I had somebody say like on both ends, right? So like, if it's with, I do conversations with DJs. They're like, yo, I seen you had so-and-so up there, this and the third. And it's like, it's almost funny to me because I'm like, yo, like, this is kind of like, I don't want to say normal and I don't want to not be humble, but it's like I text this person.
Yep.
I've either worked out with the person or like, we just have a regular relationship.
Yep.
So I don't see it as if like, oh, like this is like some big almighty thing. And then the same thing on the fitness side where I've had people come on where they're like, yo, I seen you working out with them famous people. And I had to laugh like, social media is just in your hand for you to look at things. Like they actually just live in like another borough, another state, another city. Like, but
well, can I tell you something?
What's up?
In today's time, proximity to success matters.
It absolutely.
Sadly, it does.
Absolutely.
I've watched people. By the way, I've known Jadakiss since 1998. I have my first photo with him this year.
Damn, man.
I swear to God. But let me tell you why I bring it up. Because I used to get people in the shows. And one time, this dude took a picture with Jadakiss and said, we working, or whatever he said in the caption. The next day, he was getting features for $5K. Because people thought he had something going on with kids.
Keep in mind, you actually know this.
I actually know him, man. I'm like, damn. So my friend did something really dope. When we did Madison Square Garden at the playoffs, he took a picture of us sitting down, whatever he was waiting for. And I was so happy he did that. Because I was like, I want my picture, but I don't want it to like be like that. You know, I want to be like naturally working. With all that being said, proximity to success more than ever plays a role in how people see you. I just did the Victoria's Secret fashion show. If you would have saw the DMs I woke up to, I
can imagine.
Hopefully, we gonna work together one day.
Sometimes just because of some of the shit you be chatting on, I'd be like, yo, I'm not gonna message him.
Yeah,
I don't want to be one of those people. I like, let me find out this motherfucker gonna put me on blast.
Like, but that's you. We met through Jay, so cosign.
I know.
Role like how somebody
it does. Yeah, but to me, like I still look at it because I do understand it.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So I'm like, because no matter what the position is, someone could still try to take advantage.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So I've never been one of those people. And I just look at it like, damn, like I know he be going through it. Because
all the time.
If I see people in other light that maybe don't have connections to as many people or certain people and they go through it, I can only imagine like the type of like outlandish shit that you would get, you know?
What? Look, even in the dating space, because you know, like some people, I never really dealt with women that like to go through my phone, but I sign NDAs. There's certain celebrities in my phone. If you see the text, I don't want nobody being like, I'm putting this on tape. So you gotta be super mindful about that. And some people don't get it, and I can't talk about everything.
Do you give them a breakdown? Like, all right, this is what my date looks like. I'm gonna be here, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do
what if I'm dating someone?
Relationship or whatever.
No, like my mother told me, because my mom's in the business too. She said you got to date people. Like it's a reason why Jay-Z dated Beyonce and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because they
understand.
They're gonna understand it. Everybody not gonna understand it. Some people, like I don't know, LeBron and his wife. Yeah, like maybe
that might be
because she came up with him. She knows
the trust and all that stuff. She understands the life she's been around it.
But you got people that will put people's business on Front Street, and a large portion of being hired in this game is privacy. Whether somebody's on drugs or whatever it could be.
My biggest thing is that. It's because it's like when you working, you working.
Yep.
And then like when you're not. It's your life, you know? And it's hard to kind of like, how you say, it's hard. That seems to be everyone's biggest problem.
Yeah.
The separation.
Yeah.
So
because like they'll like I've been in events, they'll take everybody's phone, put it in that Ziploc bag, but they're not taking my phone. Because they already know how I move. I know when to put it down.
Exactly.
I'm not going to record
too many people
everything.
Bleed the two together, and they want to post everything and then just make everything like you can't.
And then you see a fight, like I'm trying to think who somebody you could tell something. Something happened recently. But yeah, like you just seeing things you shouldn't see. You could tell somebody was like secretly getting that content, or it's like you got to be you got to. I mean, but the talent got to be mindful too, because everybody got a phone now, and you just got to be mindful. But privacy plays a huge role. And all of this, because you're dealing with people's personal details. It could be something as simple as like, you know how much people's passport information I got? You know what I'm saying? I got the social security numbers. I have to have it for
I know.
traveling.
It sounds crazy when you just start off like that. No context.
Well, I mean, you do a lot of people's personal information.
I can imagine.
People be using it. Like Nicki Minaj went through it with her assistant. Rihanna went through it with her accountant.
Same shit,
and you will go to jail. Like not you, the
no, exactly.
They'll go to jail because their taxes not right.
Exactly.
They can't watch everything. So when you see like Jay-Z have like Tata, OG Wan, and these people, because I bet it's more about trust than it's about they know what they're doing. I can trust them to not do nothing with my internal stuff. So trust is a big thing in this business. And with women, I always tell guys, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna do whatever. You do not get no random girl like how everybody was having sex with Selena.
Yeah.
You got to get a professional, because I'm telling you, I don't doubt that Denzel and them don't cheat. They cheat with professionals. They don't cheat with women who just off of Instagram, because like Brittany Renner and all of them, they want a look. So I've been in this industry a long time. I know the game to play. Look, one time we was on tour, and this was recently too. And somebody in the entourage has sex with a young lady. And the point is, he didn't know she was a prostitute, because prostitutes don't look like they used to look.
Yeah.
And after she did stuff, she said, that's going to be $2,000.
Oh.
He said, bitch, bitch, I ain't paying you $2,000. She made one phone call and a bunch of niggas popped up at the hotel. We get down there, they have ragged up all like, oh my God. Go to the bank and get $2,000, yo.
Please,
just get this out the way. This ain't our city.
Exactly.
We don't want no problems. Yeah. Sorry, sir. Yeah. No problem. Especially in Las Vegas. I had a friend who recently, he's a fireman. You know, when you tell women you're a fireman, they go, he got money.
Yeah.
He had an Airbnb. He met a chick. And I know, I've been to Vegas enough to know I don't trust no woman out there.
Yeah.
He had a home invasion.
Leave your ass.
They beat him. I wish I could show you the picture. They beat him the fuck up. And robbed him for everything. He had to walk back to the strip. I'm talking about bloody, damn near eye hanging out his head. And I'm like, why would you, whatever. And even last example, I had a Jewish boss. He's into black women, and he married. And him too, he got hogtied in Vegas. Fucking with this black girl.
Vegas is a no.
And I came in his room, I was like, yo, you know when they say what happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas? If people knew the devious stuff that going out there, I've been out there a lot, so I've seen some stuff. But my whole life, maybe because I grew up in the industry, I knew not to mess with women, and I don't do the prostitute groupie thing. I never did it because I saw people get set up a lot. I don't even talk about it because they be embarrassed.
Shit.
And it'd be like, especially in LA, places like that, these gang members, they be pimps.
Yeah.
And they be having the hot girls set you up. So you learn how to move. I only really date women that have a position in business, and you know what I mean? They're somebody. So.
Yeah.
My last girlfriend, like she was a stylist. She worked with Vogue and people like that, you know?
Yeah.
Innocent. I'm not into the,
out the way.
I dated girls in the hood too, and it was a whole other world.
Shit, man.
Anyway, that could go on and on.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a lot of stories.
Yeah.
One day you're going to have a movie, you're going to see all this ghetto stuff. No way this is real.
No, ghetto love story is crazy.
No, just like industry stuff and like, what?
Damn, man. All right, well. Scott,
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
You have any last words? Anything coming up? Anything I should pop up to? What's going on? Put me on.
No, right now, we just want to work with content creators and help them build their brand, help them build their IP. That's really what I want to do now. It's hard finding people that get it. So like, I'm gonna just bring up a little bit of examples. Snoop Dogg, DJ Khaled, 50 Cent, Pharrell. Like, these are 4 people that really get their brand. And if I can encourage anybody to do anything, it don't matter what world you're in. You asked me kind of earlier, but you want to build your brand. When your name come up, what do you want people to think about?
To find it as. Yeah.
And now, like Steven Victor, who owns Victor with Sign Pop Smoke, he got a Nike deal. We live in a dope time now where like an executive can be a rock star, a chef has just as much power, if not more power, than LeBron James, if you know what you're doing with your brand. So your brand as an individual, your personal brand. So I think the future is going to be more dedicated to personal branding, and then how you platform that, whether it's Twitch, that, whatever way you want to platform it, that will be the lane. I think money's going to be tighter than ever because of AI and certain stuff.
Yeah.
But in America, the one thing we export is entertainment, and we must remember that we are on a global scale with like how people view our country and our culture, and you want to entertain the masses, however that may look. TMZ has their way, the NBA has their way. You find your way. Yeah. And that's it.
Okay. All right. Once again, appreciate you coming up here, Scott.
You don't know.
Sir. You don't know.
I'll let your boy.
All right. Yeah, this has been another episode, guys.
Yep.
Speaks and Sip. Once again, shout out my boy Scott, man. We out.